Hi everybody. A little more Rust today. Looks like we're doing 18, error handling. Let's see if we scroll a little bit here. Let's just kind of have a peek into the future. So we got error handling, standard library, standard MISC, doing some testing, unsafe operations, compatibility and meta. Okay, so we're almost to the end of kind of language features, and then these things are kind of I would classify as other topics. All right, let's see what we got here. So we've kind of dealt with error handling already. We've handled, remember, some and none, I guess. But let's see what this has to say. Okay, error handling is the process of handling the possibility of failure. Yes, of course. Failing to read a file, continuing to use the bad input would be problematic. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Various ways to deal with errors in Rust, which are described in the following sub-chapters. Oh, okay, panic, abort, option, result. Yeah, because the result is the one we've kind of used up until now. Okay. All right. As an explicit panic is mainly useful for tests and dealing with unrecoverable errors, whatever those might be. For prototyping, it can be useful, sure, but in cases where descriptive unimplemented is better, if test panic is a reasonable way to explicitly fail. Option type is for when a value is optional. Okay, for example, the parent of a directory don't have one when dealing with option S. Unwrap is fine for prototyping. Expect is more useful since it lets you specify error message in case something goes wrong anyway. There's a chance that things go wrong and caller has to deal with the problem. Use result. Okay, for more rigorous, so the official book. Okay, well, all right. So, all right, there's a couple of different things. The panic sounds like it's, it's kind of what the name implies. Stop right now. We'll see what all the other stuff is. Unwind, usually that references the stack. Unwrap will be interesting. I'm not sure what option unwrap is. I don't think we've bumped into option yet. For the variables optional and the lack of a value is not an error condition. Okay. Expect is more useful. Okay, result we've dealt with. Multiple error types. Well, we'll see. Okay, moving on. Panic. What's a macro? Panic. Simplest error handling is panic. Prints an error message, starts unwinding the stack, and usually exits the program. Here we explicitly call panic on our error condition. Okay. Condition, not conditioning. Condition. Yeah. So this is kind of brute force. You really don't want to do this. Let's say, for example, you were building let's say a cash register application. You really don't want your cash register app to panic and then unwind the stack and then shut down because, that poor cashier is going to have to restart the app, which they probably don't know how to do, to get things going again. So you kind of want to survive pretty much everything. Handle things and trying to do something, more reasonable. Like, hey, I couldn't do it, try again, or I don't know what, but just like survive. Panic, like you was saying, is more useful for unit testing in general, where you go, nope, this isn't right. Or if you're doing development work, you can do a panic if you try to call something that isn't supposed to be there. Let's see what it does if we run this. Okay, finished dev, running playground thread main, panicked with okay, note with okay, some refreshing water is all I need. Ooh, Well, that's interesting. Oh, right. Okay. So some refreshing water is all I need. Came first. And then lemonade. And then it panicked. Now it's interesting the order that this shows up. Because the thread main panicked is here. And then it shows the valid printout. Now that's going to be interesting because if you're trying to follow along in your app and go, okay, where did this thing go wrong? That order's not right. Which is going to make it interesting to try to track things down. So maybe we'll have to keep this in mind. We probably want to do something like, I don't know, more than just but like beverage or something. Right, so probably want to do something like, oh, I wonder, can you do parameters? Sure, probably. Let's try running that. Yeah, lemonade, and then water. Now, I have another question. What if I take a copy of water and put it there? And let's see, run. No, it did not. So this is, let's put, sorry, this is not a commercial. So what do we get? We get Gatorade here. We add on the lemonade. Before that, run with the Rust backtrace equals 1 environment variable. Can we, what's this do? Oh no. Oh well. It undid what my changes. Shoot. Okay, anyway. So yeah, this is, I'm a little puzzled by this because it's, I guess I would have expected this line to come first. Well, I mean, the compiling, yes, fine. And then finished dev, running playground. Okay, and then I would have expected this line, and then this line to give kind of a timestamp to everything. Huh. Interesting. Okay. All right, abort and unwind. The previous section illustrates the error handling of panic. Different error codes can be conditionally compiled based on the panic setting. The current values available are unwind and abort. What does this mean here? Building on the prior lemonade example, we explicitly use the panic strategy to exercise different lines of code. Okay, you shouldn't drink too much sugary beverages. If beverage equals lemonade, then if config panic equals abort, print line, this is not your party, else print line. Spit it out, else beverage, water, lemonade. Okay, so we run this. Some refreshing water is all you need, spit it out. Huh? Oh. Oh. So, hang on. So back here, previous page, panic, exclamation mark. This page, panic, no exclamation mark, equals abort, in brackets, and that's the function name. And this one Config panic, unwind. Config not panic, unwind. Okay. Drink beverage, print line refreshing. What? Good Lord. Oh, okay. Panic strategy can be set from the command line using abort or unwind. So, all right, let's run this one. What are we getting here? Spit it out. So it's the unwind. So if we change this to abort, and we run that. Well, it didn't make any difference. Well, I don't get it. I don't get it. What the heck is going on here? Okay, so what's the point of this unwind? All right. But what's the point of this abort here? So the current values available are unwind and abort. Building on the prior limited example, we use the panic strategy to exercise different lines of code. So if we run this and panic is abort, we're going to say, so it's not equal to abort, spit it out. If it's, so unwind, let's run that one. Not your party run. Okay, so panic is unwind by default, I guess, here, because we've got it being unwind. Okay. So now this one. So if I unwind, I run this. So if the default is unwind, then we're going to get spit it out, which is panic equals unwind. And this one says not panic equals unwind. So this one was abort. Abort. We run that. Now we get this is not your party. Okay, so whoa. Yeah. It's not. It's unwind by default. So we're going to do this one. Okay, that makes sense. And then we can do panic equals abort and then do the other one. But it's interesting, though, that when you say panic equals this, then you're getting this abort unwind behavior. But if you say panic equals, don't say anything about panic, use the macro, it exits the program. So, okay, so that's kind of interesting. So we've got this panic. I don't know. I don't know. So this is weird. Like, why would you have done that in the language? I don't understand. I mean, because I guess this is a different thing. This is some global variable panic, and the other one's a macro panic. And so they do different things, but they're both called panic. But you just remember the one that is the macro is the one that will crash and unwind everything and exit. The panic, like the global variable panic, is just one of two. It's like an environment variable. Huh. Well, that's just interesting. Okay, let's move on. Option unwrap. And the last example, we showed that we can induce program failure at will. We told our program to panic if we drink a sugar, but expect some drink but don't receive one. That would just okay. We could test this against the null string, since we're using Rust. Instead, have the compiler point out cases where there's no drink. an enum called option T, when the absence of possibility, sum T, none. Right, we have the sum none thing happening here. Match or implicitly with unwrap. Ooh. Implicit handling will either return the inner element or panic. Note that it's possible to manually customize panic with expect, but unwrap otherwise leaves us with a less meaningful output than explicit handling. Good Lord. Okay. So, all drinks are handled explicitly using match. Give adult. Some lemonade. Yuck, too sugary. Some inner. Okay. And inner comes from... Where the heck does inner come from? What's inner? What's inner? I got drink. Oh, I guess maybe it's like... I guess it's just kind of the name you give. Don't know. Okay, just inner. Thanks for explaining that. None. No drink. Oh well. Alright. Others will panic before drinking sugar drinks. All drinks are handled implicitly using unwrap. Unwrap returns a panic when it receives a none. Let inside equals drink dot unwrap. Inside equals lemonade, panic. Okay. So then water, lemonade. Give adult. Some coffee, none. Drink coffee, nothing. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Give adult is this one. Drink is this one. So if we run this, oops, that's not how we run things. If we run this, then okay. What do we got here? Running. Thread main panicked at call option unwrap none. No rust with okay whatever. Water, how nice. Yuck, too sugary. No drink. Oh well, I love coffees. Here, drink nothing. And again, why does this show up at the beginning? It's just going to confuse the crap out of me. Although, I suppose it's like, well, we got this far, and then so we have to scroll to the bottom of our output and go, oh, that's the last actual message I got from my application, and then scroll back up to the top and go, okay, what was the exception that happened right after that last message? And you can track down where you were, and then track down, although we're giving line numbers, so, it's not that terrible. But sometimes you end up going into the same method or same function from multiple different directions. And then you need to know which path you are on when you hit the exception, right? So, again, sometimes there's only one place you came from, and so the line number will tell you everything you need to know. Other times, not so much. Okay. All right, so we don't get an explanation for inner, but I assume it's some kind of special variable. Oh, or maybe not. Let's see. Some Fred, let's try that, see if that works. Oh, that still worked, I think. Yeah. So inner is not special at all. Inner, this thing, oh, it's wild. So it's like the matching goes, hey, this is a variable. I think I remember this now. This is a variable that is populated by sum, which is weird, right? Because here sum kind of looks like a function call, and it looks like you're passing in something, but I guess in this case we are passing in something because we've got a constant, but here we're actually reading out of it. That just seems, I'm sorry, that's just weird. So this one's in an input, this one's an output, but it's in the brackets. Okay, that's gonna take some getting used to deal with that. Okay. All right. Sure. So the error, I guess what they were trying to show us was the difference between the matching and the implicit unwrapping. Yeah, I don't know. They said this was going to be more explicit. I guess it is, because there's no none thing here. So if I drink nothing, so this is going to throw the exception. Well, hang on. Yeah. This threw an exception because we unwrapped and we got none. Okay. So here, we caught the none and handled it. Here, we'd panic on the on eliminate, which we did not do. Instead, we skipped over that. Well, actually, we failed on the unwrap, right? Because it's line 16 that failed. So on line 16, on the unwrap, this is where we failed because we got a none, and unwrap can't handle none, and we'd have no test for none. But here we were able to. Okay, all right, fair enough. So what you're telling me is match with sum and none is the better choice. Okay, I can live with that. Unpacking options with question mark. You can unpack option S, or is that options? Hard to tell. By using match statements, but it's often easier to use the, oh no, option is the key word, S plural, but we want to, okay, yeah. That's why it looks weird. How about you can unpack the option keyword by using match statements, but it's often easier to use the question mark operator. If x is an option, then evaluating x question mark will return the underlying value if x is sum. Otherwise, it will terminate whether a function is being executed and return none. And we've experienced that before in our printouts. We stuck question marks on the end of everything. And that kind of let us flow through and exit at any point. So we've got question marks here scattered throughout. Self, job, phone number, area code. This would need many nested match statements without the question mark operator. Would make a lot more code trying to write it yourself and see which one's easier. Yeah, obviously. This reminds me of the similar syntax in C# that does a similar kind of thing. So if in the C# case, if job is null, it will not proceed to try to execute the rest of it, which would be a null reference exception. So it stops. So it says, oh, if that's null, the question mark says, if that's null, stop. So this is a similar kind of thing where it's going to leave, what's it going to do? If it returns a sum, it'll keep on going. If it returns a none, it stops. So none, I guess, is the equivalent of the C# or Java or JavaScript null, or but in JavaScript there's also undefined. Go figure. Anyway, so if there's a job that returns some, we'll keep going to check to see if the phone number is there, and if the phone number returns some, we'll check for the area code. If there's not, then we're out of there. And here, oh, this is interesting. What? Oh, excuse me. Sorry, you're putting me to sleep. So, question is, why do we have to wrap our object in some? Wouldn't it just work? All right, so let me run this. Okay, no output. Okay, fine. Let's do, instead of doing the assert, let's do print, print line. Let's see if that does anything. Ooh. Cannot be formatted with... okay, fine. Really? You don't even have a built-in formatter for a U8? Oh, it's an option U8. Option U8. Where does it say option? Oh, here. Option U8. Oh, because we may or may not have it. Got it. Oh, okay, because everything's option. That's why we have to say some. Righto. Okay. Now I understand. But some 61. Okay. But what happens if I... Oh, yeah, but that's an option. But how do I... Well, yeah, I guess. Because I could stick a variable in here, right? I could say let q equals 72. And then I could say sum q. And let's see if I can run that. Nope. Oh, hang on a second. So I got a couple errors. Warning, field number is never read. Struct phone number field in the struct number. Oh, it's a warning, and we were skipping over the warning. Hang on. Note, phone number as a derived implementation for the trait clone. Okay, dead code. Warning, playground, generating one warning. Oh, I get it. We got the warning because oops. We don't want to save that. Sorry. I'm so used to Control S. Okay, sum 72. All right, so sure, we can do that, which means that when we're building these person structures, we can just, have hard-coded sum and then a phone number object with a sum in it, with so we can kind of stack these on top of one another. a job object, a phone number object, an area code object with some wrapping around the data that we're receiving. And that'll give us the optional capability of that or not. Okay. And if we didn't include this, because it's optional, missing field area code in initializer. Oh, okay. So does that mean we have to say area code, but then none? All right, and so this is the warning about number not being used. Fine, whatever. So left is none, right is sum 72, so it failed. But we did, where do we print? None, here, right. So at the very end, we have our print. Okay, all right, which is kind of what we wanted. So we either going to have none area code or we're going to have some area code. But we have to initialize it. Can't just not, looks like we can't just not say area code, because then we get a compiler error. Not just a warning, but an error saying, nope, that thing needs to be defined. Okay, so the absence of something doesn't make it a none. That's kind of interesting. Right? You have to, yeah, some phone number missing area code. And this is an error. Missing field area code. Yes. Okay, so that's cool. So that means we have to be explicitly defining all of our stuff. And what if, now can we do, let me try one more thing here. Can we say P equals, P dot job dot phone number dot area code equals some Q. Can we do that? Let's see. All right, and nope. What's the problem? No field phone number on type option job. What? Oh. Oh, dear. Well, hang on a second. Oh, right, because this is a function. Work phone area is attached to person. Is that because it's a sum? No field phone number on type option job. Yeah, I think we need to unpack somehow, extract job from the option job, because we can't just do this because this is an option job. Good Lord. So we can't actually get at phone number directly, and we won't be able to get at area code directly because they're wrapped in some. So we need to unwrap it, populate it, and then rewrap it. Yipes. That's ugly. Now I just want to reach down in here and update this thing without having to go through all this level of stuff. Well, that's something for another day. How do we get at that? Um, or maybe, can we do it this way? Can it work on? So this one thing is on in the C# world, this doesn't work. It can't be on the left hand side. It has to be on the right hand side of the equal sign. Let's see if this works here. And nope. Cannot use the operator on a function that returns. Yeah, no, can't do it. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the same problem. I mean, this error message is different, but it's the same basic issue, is that works on the right hand side of an equal sign but does not work on the left hand side. And so that doesn't work. And I have no clue how to make it work. No, I mean, I kind of have a feeling. I mean, we could extract, right? We could extract it, but that's a lot of code, right? Because we could extract job and then extract phone number from job with the question mark, right? Because we could do something like, let's do it. So if we get let job equals p dot job, right? And then let phone number equals p dot or job dot phone number, and then we can say let new job equals person, curly brackets, job colon some job, and then phone number colon some number curly brackets area code some Q, and then number would be it would be phone number dot number, right? Right? And then actually this would be, let's call this R to keep things, and then we can go R if that works. Let's try that. No. Help. Add semicolon here. Oh, shoot. Okay. Cannot use the question mark operator function that returns. Bloop. Oh. What do you mean it's a function? All right. So we can't do that. But it. All right. Actually, let's leave that one and see what happens here. Because we really didn't need this one. Well, we did it to get this. But all right, so let's do that. Go. Oh, okay, all right. So that's even worse. So the question mark, all right, got it. I get it now. It's this telling me that main isn't right because it should return a result or an option in order to use the question mark. Because this returns the option. That's why we can use the question mark here. Main's not doing that, so we can't. Good Lord. Okay. All right. Let's try it now. Just assume things are right. Okay, what's this? No field phone number on type option job. Oh, it's still an option job. I thought this would extract. So this isn't. Oh, dear. Okay. So how do we get... Oh, okay. So, you seriously, what we need is... Oh boy. Okay. So, apparently what we need is a function that looks like this. To extract, to return an option, because what we want to do is we want to have a function that returns an either so this thing, instead of doing this, what we want is a function that does this, so that it'll return either the option some or the option none. And then we can use the, and then we can't use the question mark still because of main, but then we can use the match to say, oh, well, if it's some, sure, let's move on. If it's none, okay, we're going to stop. That's going to get really wordy here, because I want to do that for this level to get job, and because let's say job has lots of fields in it, right? And we want to copy most of the fields over, but we want to replace one of them, like phone area code. So we want to extract the job object, right, from some none, and then we want to extract the phone number object, and then we want to extract the area code object, compare it with something. If it's none, then we want to replace it with some default area code, let's say. Well, so the question marks kind of work at this level if, right, because it would take many nested match statements, sure. And if all you want to do is drill down to area code without any of the other stuff, then that's fine. But well, maybe what we can do instead is an impl person fin copy or update area code. Yeah, why don't we do that? Now, was that going to... Ooh, it's still not going to... I wonder. All right, let's try this. Now I'm curious. So if I do an... Oh, I don't really need to do another impl person. I can do it right here. So fin update area code. Self area code U8. I think that's going to work. And then I want to return option job. Right, because I want to return the whole job. I want to get a job, update the area code, return a job. So then I would go self.job.phone number. And we don't want to update the area code unless we can actually get down here. Dot area code equals some area code. Can we do that? Are you going to be happy with me? And no semicolon, because then it's going to return an error if we have an error. Okay, so then what I can do instead of all of this stuff, I can say let r equals p dot update area code 61 or Q, and then we can get rid of these two lines. All right, and does this work? We're gonna crash and burn, or are we gonna do something useful? Nope. Expected enum option. Expected option job. Oh, right. Okay. How about semicolon self? Oops, no. Still can't save that. Self, expected enum option found person. Oh, okay. So, self.job. Self.job is a option job. Oh, unless we want to return a person. Yeah, let's return a person. So, and then we can, then we're okay with self. All right, let's see what happens now. All right, expected option person, self, expected enum option found person. Oh, but it's not option person, it's just person. Because person has option job in it, but right, we just want to return a person. Okay. Again, sorry. Control S again. Run. Yipes! Okay, now what? Can only be used in a method which returns result or option. Oh, right, but we want to we want to return the option. Option. Okay, option. We want to return option person. And then this is some self. How's that? Well, expected struct person found ampersand person. Okay. All right. I don't remember. Well, all right. So let's do that. Oh, actually, we don't need to do that if we're going to do that. Off we go. All right, now what? No method name work phone area code found for enum option in the current print line. R work phone. Oh, right. Because, right. So, R work phone area. Oh, this one. R work phone area code. Right. So we get R, but now we need to do the match thing. Match. I don't remember the syntax of match, but it was in here, wasn't it? So let's open this one. new tab so we can go back and look. Oh, where'd it go? Huh. Oh, there it is, match. Oh, okay, it was the beginning of option and unwrap. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. So match on the option, curly brackets, some or none. Okay, so back to this one. And so we're going to go match R, whoops, over here, R, curly brackets, some Fred, and then we're going to take this one, and I think it's a comma, none, print line, no area code. Okay. Okay, we're good with that. Let's try running that. No, shoot. Oh. It's not R anymore, it's Fred. Field number is never used. Oh, it's a warning. Oh, good. Warning. Playground. Thread. Left none. Right some. Okay. So P. Oh, right. So P's. But what did we print out? None. We printed out none? We didn't print out. Oh, work phone area code. I guess we got none. So Fred got something, but when we asked for Fred to print out the work phone area code, it didn't actually update the area code. So this didn't update it. Probably because some nonsense about borrowing and stuff, which I do not remember anymore. I suspect well, it's weird though, because normally we would have gotten some kind of warning that says, hey, you can't update this thing. And yet we did not. We just got the assertion failed error. But then we got the, things don't match, which I guess they don't, because we initialized this to none and then checked it against 72. Let's just check R here. Let's just see if we get that. Hang on a second. Oh, because now, oh my goodness. Right, because R is the option. So we can't do that. Oh man. Okay. So, all right, I get it. R is the bundled option. We want to extract it, so we do the match thing, but all we did was a print. So what I want is, so I want let new person, and then I'm going to say new person equals Fred. here. And then I'm going to say, well, I wonder. Well, does Fred work? Let me see. Does Fred carry on? That variable Fred carry on? Or does it not? Oh, use a comma. Ugh. Ay, ay, ay. Man. Alright. So, okay, error, found comma, print line. Oh, at the print line. Oh, yeah, because it was a comma there. Okay. Holy mackerel. This is, all right, running that. All right, now what? Error, cannot find the value Fred in this scope. Okay, cool. So that clears that up. There's no, Fred does not carry on. It's only inside the match. New person. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, so then we have method not found on option person, R. Okay, so, but if we go new person, okay, okay, and let's run that. Okay, new person binding declared here but left uninitialized. Is that an error? It's possibly uninitialized. Binding initialized here in some conditions. New person used here, but it is possibly uninitialized. Okay, what that is true. How do I do this? I mean, you know, if it's none, I don't actually want to, I want to bail. So, return? Well, I guess I could throw an exception. What did he do here? None, match, drink, none, so that returned the option. But I don't want to return an option. I want to actually do some work without this option stuff hanging around it. So I want to assign new person only if it's some, but if it's not, we'll just call it inner, because it's the inner item. Okay, that makes sense now. So I guess, so this error is because, hey, I didn't initialize this. But what am I going to initialize it to? Equals, I guess, equals new or person? Person curly brackets. But it's not going to let me do that because it's going to say, oh, you need to initialize all this stuff. Which, it's like, you know, I just want an empty one. Because I want to just, missing job. Yeah, exactly. Mismatch types. Inner, expected person found, ampersand person. Oh, so I want to, so I want to dereference. I can't remember how to dereference. Is it star? Let's see. Is it star? Oh, no, well, it's not complaining about that anymore. But it is complaining to me that I'm missing the job object. I don't want to specify like, how do I specify an empty object in some reasonably simple syntax? If I've got a really complicated object that I want the variable to either be, well, yeah, but I guess R is like that already. It's either some or none. But then I want to, if it's some, I want to work with it. But I need to declare the variable so I can use it. But if I declare the variable, then I need to initialize it, which kind of ruins the whole point of having a variable that has either some or none. How about we do this? How about we do this? Job none. Oops, again. So that will actually work. That's a quick way, maybe. So job none, first assignment to new person. Consider make this binding mutable. Oh, moot. Yes. You're right. Mut. New person. Okay. Forgot about that. Okay. So now, cannot move out of inner, which is behind a shared reference. Okay. So let's do that. So I don't want to make, well, I guess am I making a copy? Expected due to this value. Expected struct person found ampersand person. Oh, okay, right. So I'm expecting a person, but it's this inner is an ampersand person. Can I do the, is it, I forget, is it that? Or, yeah, I think it's that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I can declare a person. Oh man. Don't make this easy. So I can declare a person here. And what I want to do is I want to make a copy. Well, I don't actually want to make a copy. I want to use this. I actually want to copy the person object that was updated, this R, because this R returns self. Can I return star self? Will that do it? Oh yeah, because I said ampersand person. So let's do that. Person cannot be dereferenced. Oh, now star doesn't make any sense because I'm actually returning person. Okay, all right. We'll get this right. Some star self move occurs because star self has type person, which does not implement the copy trait. You're right, I don't want to. Cannot move out of self, which is behind a shared reference. It's behind a shared reference. What shared reference? So P, we pass it in. return the object, or at least I'm hoping return the object, but it's saying no, you can't. What if we just said this? Self instead of ampersand self. And then we don't have a shared reference at all. Warning. Oh, warning, warning. Ooh, panicked. Oh, because left and not equal right. We still output none. Okay, so fine. New person. Right. Okay. So let's at least get rid of this variable warning. Okay. One more time. Okay. Warning. Number. The phone number has a derived implementation for the trait clone, but this is intentionally ignored during dead code analysis. Fine. Warning. Generated warning. Thread main panicked because the assertion failed. Left was that. Right was sum 72, which unfortunately is not what I was hoping for, because I was hoping that the new person would have the area code I passed in here in update area code. So, all right, so it's kind of working. I've got the borrows and carries and everything lined up finally. But what's not happening is I'm not updating area code. So that's just kind of not so much fun. Why? Why am I not able to update area code? That's a fine question, which I do not have the answer to. And not only that, but it's it's not giving me an error. It's not there's no runtime error that says no, you can't do this. It just says, or it implies, I did not do it. That's it. That's all we get is, nah, I didn't do it. It's still none. So what the hell? Yeah. So this to me would be not R, but person option. Yeah, like that. So the person option, this returns a person option. Well, I guess I could do this. Put this in the other direction, because I really want it to be like that. So, and then this kind of is a group of things. So we have a new person, and then we're going to update the area code, return a person option, see if we updated it. And now the interesting thing here is that it doesn't print no area code, because person option, oh no, right, because this is the whole, right, this is yeah, it's not the, that's not it, it's the no person. That would be, that's what it actually should be printing there. So it says no, there's no person. This is returning self, so there's always going to be some person. but the person that I returned does not have the area code updated. I don't know why. 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 All right, let's try. Print line. New person dot job dot phone number, and then I'm going to up here, I'm going to say self dot job dot phone number equals 72 or 23. Okay, so let's try running this. No field phone number on job. What? Oh, because it's option. Alright, never mind. I'm done. I am done. I really gotta fight with this. Holy cow, do I have to fight with this? Alright, how are we doing on time? No, right. I've sucked up over an hour here on trying to fight with this thing. Alright, so what's going on here? Match is a valid method of handling options. However, you may eventually find heavy usage tedious, especially with operations only valid with an input. Ooh, this may be my answer. Option is a built-in method called map, a combinator for the simple mapping of some to some and none to none. Multiple map calls can be chained together for more flexibility. Following example, process replaces all functions previous to it while staying compact. So, chopped.map, chopped food, cooked food. Food.map. Oh, cook, chop, peel, apple. Oh, for God's sake. Okay. Option cooked, food.map, that, map, that, map. Wow. Okay, so that would solve my problem in an ugly, brutal way, but sure, it would solve my problem because I wanted to drill down for, drill down, and so, seriously, cook, chop, peel, apple. Okay. Alright, fine. Yeah, I could probably, map would make it easier. Only slightly. Pain in the ass. Alright, combinators and underscore then. Map was described as a chainable way to simplify match. However, using map on a function that returns an option results in the nested option. Chaining multiple calls together can then become confusing. And then, known in some languages, flat map comes in, and then calls its function input with the wrapped value and returns the result. If the option is none, then it returns none instead. The following example, cookable, using map instead of and then would give an option food, which is invalid type eat. Okay. So match food. Okay, right. So we create all these matches for all these levels. And then, oh, and we have an and then. Have recipe. Where's have recipe? Have recipe. So if that returns some, we can say dot and then have ingredients, which returns this, and will return. So that'll return all the way back to food. Oh, that's an option food still. And then food, day, eat, food, day, match cookable, food, some food. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord, oh, Lord. Cookable V2. Okay, so match cookable V2 on food is going to return either some food or is going to return none. Then eat, day, Monday. Oh, just kill me now. Yeah, okay, that's better, but man, is that confusing. Okay, no, I get it though. You worked your way into a little corner and you realized, oh God, this is terrible. There's no way I'm going to be able to deal with this. Nobody's going to be able to write this code. So then you came up with this and then. Oh, I see. Cookable V1. Match. So you have that and then. Okay, sure. Cool. Defaults. Oh, and then we've got defaults. Unpack an option, and fall back to a default. Or is chainable. Oh, there's an or too. Or else. Where do we see or else? There we go. Or else. Get or insert evaluates eagerly, modifies empty value in place. Make sure an option contains a value, we can use get or insert to modify it in place with a fallback value as shown in the following example. Oh, okay. So this is what I was trying to do. They actually have a built-in thing for it. Get or insert apple into my fruit. Okay. Okay. All right. So they've realized my pain. Somebody else realized my pain before I realized my pain, and there are some workarounds for it. Okay. So I got it. These are things to remember because there's no way I'm fighting through all of that nonsense. All right. Result. Result is a richer version of the option type that describes possible error instead of possible absence. That is, result TE could have one or two outcomes, okay or error. Okay. Right, unwrap. Hello world. Using result in main. Result type can also be used to return type in main if specified explicitly. A typical main function would look like that. Now we can say result. Okay. Okay. Nice. So now we can use, because it's returning that, I assume we can use the question mark in main. Map for result. Yeah, so in the straightforward match statement leads to code that is overall more cumbersome, right? Match. Right, so instead we're going to do and then map. Okay. Aliases for result. We create aliases for result so we can have specific kinds of results, I guess. Alias result T, parse into error. Okay, fine. Early returns. Another way to deal with combined match statements and early returns. Main print multiply. Multiply is going to, where's multiply? Oh, there's print. If it's an error, okay. All right. So we've got error, return error, return error. I see, that's what they're talking about. The early returns. And then question mark. Right. So now we can, instead of, okay, right. Okay, that kind of does the same thing, but we have question marks instead of this okay error thing. We could just put question marks in. Sure, why not? The try macro, same functionality was achieved with the try macro. The question mark operator is now recommended, but you may still find try when looking at older code. Same multiply function, so we try this, try that. Okay. That's like try parse in C#. It has a try thing, it has a try syntax. Multiple error types. Sometimes an option needs to interact with a result, or result needs to interact with a result of this kind of thing. You know what? I've just pulling results out of options. Fine, whatever. I think we can kind of skip over this for now. Defining an error type. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Create our own error types. I think we can live without that. Boxing errors, a way to write simple code while preserving the original errors to box them. Shoot. Okay, we can find, yeah, we can live with that. Other uses of question mark. All right. Where's the question mark? I don't see it. Not there, not there, not there. I don't see a question mark. Here we rewrite the previous example using question mark. As a result, the map error will go away. Where's the question mark? Oh, it is. There it is. There it is. Sure. Why not? At this point, like, whatever. You know. And wrapping errors, an alternative to boxing errors, to wrap them in your own error type. We won't be doing that for a while. Okay, and then iterating over results. Ignore the failed items with filter map. Oh, that's cool. Filters out the results that are none. Collect the failed items with map error and filter map. Map error. Cool. Fail the entire operation with collect. Collect all valid values. This is important, right? Because this is like a whole bunch of behaviors. We iterate a lot, and you're going to have errors a lot. So this one, I mean, it's too much to absorb right now, but that's kind of cool. The ability to deal with it in different ways. Awesome. Okay. And that's error handling. Wow. All right. Thanks for hanging in. I'll see you next time.